today.
Yeah, I know. What's going on, everybody? This is the Atlanta Beard Gang review, and you know what? We didn't do a show yesterday because we did the for my ATL Sports Morning Crew show, and I am the host C Double. And yes, I'm wearing the do rag. I wouldn't know why, but we got Mr. Ron Thomas on my side here. We got T Will, the late riser of the crew. And then we got Mr. Ladarius, always on time. What's up, Ladarius? How you doing, my brother?
Doing good. How's everyone?
Doing great, man. How you doing, Terry? You awake now? I mean, I know in your old age, hard to get out of the bed. It's so comfy and feels so
I'm
good.
falling and man, he's really not getting up. It's not really
good. He has sweet dreams of Ron's afro, I heard.
Hey, let me tell you something. That was a pretty sweet afro. Now, I mean this in a totally no Diddy way. That's a pretty sweet afro, man. I gotta give it to him.
That's how you preface that?
Let me say that I ain't cut my hair for 5 years.
Hey, man. You look like one of the backup singers for Kool and the Gang, man. The only thing I saw that was, you want to get down? Oh, what you gonna do?
And Terry looks like used to be the manager of Kool and the Gang, but some people had their hair and some people lost it.
Oh wow!
So if you haven't noticed, we decided to come on not to talk about Ron's hair and Terry's sleeping habits. We are here to talk about the news of the day, which happened last night, pretty late actually, if you think about it. But yes, the Falcons have benched Kirk Cousins and will be starting Michael Penix versus the Giants. So this has been long awaited. So guys, let's just go around first thoughts about this, and then understand, because we're doing kind of a joint show for my ATL Sports, I'm going to also have Terry also kind of read up some topics for us, and we'll talk about it. But I wanted to go ahead and cover the bases and make sure we had a live stream here. So thank y'all for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe the show, and let's talk about it. So Ron, you here first. Let's talk. What's your thoughts? Kirk Cousins on the bench. Michael Penix going to be playing.
About that time? I mean, Michael Penix going to bring energy. He going to make this offense connect real fast. He's going to bring something that Kirk Cousins has not seen in a long time. Speed. No did it, but their offense is going to be fun. Now the problem is we've been talking about it. Will Zach Robinson open up the playbook, or will he keep it as basic like he been doing all season? But the wild out for you.
All right. Let's go to Ladarius.
No, I'll go. I'm curious to hear what Terry says, even though he showed up later than I did. I'll.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Terry.
So Terry, what are your thoughts?
Oh wow. Well, number one, I think our Ron and I should argue more often, because I'm convinced that we got it done. I'm convinced that Arthur Blank saw our show yesterday.
Boy, I thought I had the ego on the show.
And Ron's ridiculous suggestion, right?
Boy.
And he had enough, and he goes to Raheem and he says, Raheem, I need to see you in my office. We need to have a conversation right now. And Raheem comes in and he's like, Arthur, how's it going? What a great morning it is today, huh? Let's talk. Da 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 da. What a great performance by Kirk Cousins last night. And Arthur says, you know what? Kirk, that's BS. Okay, we're gonna need for you to start Michael Penix. Okay, and that's just the way it's gonna be. And you know what? Then it comes out later that he's starting Michael Penix. So I, for one, think that I don't know. Ron and I should argue over some ridiculous statement. At least until the end of the season, and maybe the Falcons end up in the Super Bowl. You never know. It could happen. No, in all seriousness, I'm glad to see it. It was about time. Kirk's performance against the Raiders was ridiculous. It was lethargic. We ran the ball 90% of the time. We just could not execute in spite of Kirk. And you can't run a team like that. You're not going to have a chance to win against teams not named the Las Vegas Raiders. So I, for one, am excited to see it. I hope we can, buck the trend and win all 3 games. And, hey, maybe go on a run and let's see what the guy can do. Ladarius, go ahead, sir. What are your thoughts?
I'll pass my time to see no.
Oh my goodness, this guy.
Yeah. Oh, taking credit for the quarterback change. And the nerve. Anyway. Anyway.
Of course, I'm taking credit. Yes.
Yeah, and notice you didn't you didn't say it was all about you, but so it. Yeah.
It was actually about me and Ron and our argument that we had yesterday. I mean, duh. What was different? What was different about our show yesterday, right?
Whoa! I know. Whoa! I know you didn't say "duh" to me early this morning. Like some kind of I'm some kind of sycophant or something. Like I'm a moron or something. How dare you? Duh! Like you're Captain Obvious. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. Jesus.
Oh man. Oh wow.
Oh duh! Like I wasn't here yesterday. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
You see, this is the stuff that. Yeah, for the record, I do this for C-Dub and Ron. T-Will, it's boy.
Oh god.
Boy, it's life's little reasons. I'll give you a clue. T-Will makes it really hard.
Oh wow.
Shows up late and just and tells me duh. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
I love you, man. I love you.
I love you too, but look. You saying duh I wasn't here.
Oh wow.
Well, first of all, once again, good morning to Ron and T-Dub and anyway, whoever that other guy's on the left, that guy.
Oh, it was perfect.
Go ahead, Ladarius.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm just trying to process this man telling me duh. Like I don't know anything.
I really needed that this morning. Oh man.
Anywho.
Anywho,
taking all the anyway. Now, when it comes to Michael Penix, the reality is this: the change had to be. Listen, Raheem, I think, took some time to really process and understand that while you win, and I think I used the phrase on yesterday's show, Pyrrhic victory, where. So essentially, for those who don't know, essentially a Pyrrhic victory, you win, but you kind of lose. You lose more in the reality of it in the grand scheme of things. And for the Falcons, so for Atlanta, we won the game, but listen, we lost, and I'm not talking about we lost players or anything. We lost. There was a confidence loss in our fan base. Yeah, because it's like, oh great, we won, but Kurt is still not being the guy that we expected. And for the record. People consider say it was a terrible signing, and I'll say this once and I'll say it again. In the moment, it was a good signing because he was the best quarterback available.
And who knew he was going to do this?
Exactly. So I understand people's disdain over how he played, but don't knock the signing because at that time, who else would you have signed outside of Kirk Cousins?
Russell Wilson wasn't coming here with future. He and to you guys, if you don't realize that, I'm sorry. But to Ladarius's point, and it is a good one, Russell was not coming here.
Yeah.
They got court orders against, like, he wasn't coming here. That's how bad that's, you know what? Let me not miscomment. They really don't get along. I'm not going to get into the legal stuff because I don't want to get sued.
Right. No. Yeah.
So forgive me for saying that. They really don't get along. You think Russell wants to come here and hear Future 1,000 times? Because you know these folks can be petty. Come on.
Yeah.
You live here.
Yeah, led by me, of course. King of Petty. Yes.
Then you got Justin Fields, and no disrespect to Justin, but come on, man. I'm not going to look. I'm trying to be careful. He's a Georgia boy. Justin was not going to be it for us and for this offense. So really, Kirk was your only. Let me shut up. Go ahead, Ladarius. I'm passionate this morning.
But no. To the point is that when you look at the options available, Kirk was like, who would have known? Like Justin Fields was good. Justin Fields did great, and then Mike. So, but it's all people going.
Ladarius, you cut off.
Yeah, bro. You back?
Damn.
Okay. I was wondering if it was me or
You cut off.
Damn.
But
hold on. So what I'm gonna do?
Fields cut his mic off. Damn you.
Hold on. All right, Ladarius, get back. Restart your cam and let's get you back here when you can. All right.
Damn.
So yeah, but all right. So all right. So we'll get Ladarius back. So and I'll make sure he has the link too. So because that was weird. I'm listening. I'm going. Where did he go?
Yeah.
We got I gotta get my take in. So here's what I'm gonna say. It's what we were talking about is when it's like this. The signing wasn't a bad signing. The money was understandable. I get it. Okay. But eventually you have to look at what your team, it's like this. Like I was hearing a lot of people saying, I felt bad for Kurt. And I'm going, man, I get feeling bad for Kurt, but there are 52 other guys that played on this team that have been trying to get into the playoffs for the first time. Most of them have. So my thing is, he had a power surge. That's what it was. Okay. So he's coming back. So, all right. But yeah, so when you had that situation going on, you have to really think of the others at this point. This is where you get to be tested as a coach. Are you so single-minded focused on doing it the way you want with Kurt, or are you willing to pivot and go to Penix? Look, everyone has great plans, all right? I have a plan to, replace the vehicle. And then something happens, now I have to escalate. Do I just say, well, I'll wait until I can, till the time is right? No, you kind of have to pivot. So right now, look, if we're talking, we are in a place, even after a 4-game losing streak, we are still striking distance to get into the playoffs. Your team, you saw how the team played. And we got him back. Okay, cool. All right, welcome back. Now,
what happened for
Justin Fields cut your power. I'm just saying,
dude. You don't ever say anything about Mike Tomlin, man. He has power, man. He has no power over Kansas City, but he has power over Mike's apparently in Georgia and Florida.
It just went. Look, my AC is next to me, and it went. So it shut off. I see my thing on my I was like, oh, great. And then it said, anyway, that's about me. Go back. I'm sorry, I'm interrupt. Go ahead, C-Dub. What you were talking about?
No. I was just stating, you had to look at 52-1. Will this hurt Kurt? Kurt will be okay. He's made his money. He's gotten paid. It's not like Kurt's out there with a cup in his hand, going alms for the poor. He's going to go to Kohl's. He's got cold cash. He'll get gifts. Everyone's going to be happy. He'll be fine. The thing is, he's not leading this team. or this
Not this
team.
Not
He's
this-
holding. Yeah, well, he's holding this team back ever
Right.
since New Orleans. Ever since the first game with New Orleans, or the second game. Yeah, the first game he could. Oh, sorry. He didn't. We didn't score a offensive touchdown, and then the second game they held him with no touchdown. So, you have to look at it and go, the blueprint was getting out there, and then you saw what happened to other games. So, Ladarius, if you like, go ahead and finish up what you were going to say, and then we'll go to Terry about what's next.
Oh no, that's okay. I don't want to take up the time. That's okay.
Well, no. You literally got cut off by power surge, so I want to make sure we hear what you had to say, brother.
off, man. You get your lick back. Mike Tomlin did it.
Yeah.
dude.
Hey, Mike, you want that Coach of the Year vote? Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. Kevin Stefanski's getting it.
Oh my!
Dear Kevin O'Connell, congrats.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin, but nah, pal. I know what you did. I know what you did, pal. I watched Columbo.
Thomas.
I know what you did. I know.
This is
recognize-
Columbo.
I recognize the Pittsburgh area. I recognize the Pittsburgh area code when I see it. So, but like I said, I'll just be really quick. Like I said, I'm not upset that we signed Kurt, because as I alluded to before, Mike Tomlin rudely interrupted me. My point was he was the better option out there, and like T. Will said, it wouldn't have worked with Russ on a number of fronts.
Mhm.
yeah.
Nobody's saying Russ is terrible, but you got to look at sometimes things off the field to understand why things wouldn't have worked off the field. It wouldn't have worked because he would have been playing. Like, listen, imagine playing 9 home games, and you got to hear that, and you got to deal with that.
Yeah.
You'd rather be on the road, but
Yeah.
but circling back to the point, I think for Michael Penix, listen. To be clear, there was no the quarterback controversy started when he got drafted. There was no quarterback controversy throughout the season, the training camp. So people saying, oh, well, listen, it's disappointing that Kurt, the way he played, but I don't regret us signing him because we thought was the better option. Now, I'm not saying, in retrospect, yeah, it was you could say in retrospect it was a terrible signing, sure. But at that moment, yes, we knew about the Achilles injury. Yes, we knew he was 30s. Yeah, all of these things we knew, but we needed a quarterback because so at the end of the day, we could sit here and say, well, imagine. Listen, to those who have those opinions, I respectfully disagree. Kurt's going to be fine. His career is going to listen. As a matter of what happens to his career after this, is a matter of whatever. But we're looking at Michael Penix. He was always going to be the future, but like I said, the future is now. So these next 3 games we're going to see how prepared Zach Robinson and his offensive coaching staff has prepared Michael Penix moving forward, because that's going to be the question. How prepared is he? And so it's a curiosity. But like I said, as far as Kirk Cousins go, I don't regret us signing him. It's just like we didn't know he was going to be this bad. Like I said, that regression, you can regress. We knew there was going to be a regression, but not to the point where this man can't throw 100 yards at a football game regression. So like I said, just to carry out, just seeing what he does moving forward in terms of Michael Penix.
Yeah. I think Ladarius is spot on. The other thing is Kirk was coming off an MVP-like year.
Yeah.
So if you look at his numbers, for half the season that he played last year, he was on pace to throw for 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
5,000. So, yeah, there might have been a drop-off. Nobody thought it would be this. And look at guys, his performance is a culmination of things. Zach Robinson is a first-year offensive coordinator. I do not think, and I'm not trying to stoke any fires, but I do not think if if Kirk is still with Kevin O'Connell, I don't think he's performing this badly.
Yeah.
I really
I
don't.
think
Go ahead.
Kevin O'Connell will hide his
Weaknesses.
yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I think that's what he really do. Can we say Sam Donald in the MVP race?
That's a good
I mean,
point.
Yeah,
a good point.
Because
yeah, that's a good point.
Donald was with the Jets, and then he went to Carolina. Then he went to the 49ers.
Mhm.
And like Kevin O'Connor said, you know what? He's not that bad.
Yeah.
Let me put stuff around him, make him feel safe. That's what quarterbacks need. They need to feel safe.
Yeah. And I mean to cut you off. I just wanted to add a point. I apologize, Ron. Yeah, but to add to Ron's point, listen, nobody expected to see Sam Darnold this season. He was supposed to be like a mentor to JJ McCarthy. And remember, JJ McCarthy got hurt training camp. So, but to Ron's great point, listen, under Kevin O'Connell, listen, this is why I say when we're looking at what options for Kirk Cousins, Cleveland makes a whole lot of sense because Kevin Stefanski's there, and he was Kevin Stefanski, the offensive coordinator under Kevin O'Connell at Minnesota. So some guys can go in and just do what they do with quarterbacks.
Right.
Kevin O'Connell's one of those dudes. And what we saw with Zach Robinson with Kirk Cousins, a veteran guy, we're like, you know, where do we place the blame? Yeah. Because like I always say in the situation, if there's two or more people in the situation, I can't put it all on one person.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
See, and I'm glad you brought that up because now it's like, do you hold back Michael Penix or do you slow him in there and he just go all over the place?
I think you feed him what he can digest.
Right. So
what he can digest.
Do you take it's like a bisexual. Do you take the training wheels off now? Or do you just like when your daughter or your son fall 4 times, then you make sure right.
If you make without the training wheels, you take them off.
Right. So I'm not looking for Michael Penix to have this breakout game, but I just looking at can he see the whole field? Yeah. What Kirk Cousins forgot to do.
No, you know what, Ron? That is a very good point because for the first 3 or at least first 2.5, 3 years of Matt Ryan's career, he focused on one side of the field.
Right.
So that is a very good point. But one thing we did see in college, he was able to see the field. So this is an accomplished quarterback. This isn't a guy who played 1 year, right? So I'm not. Look, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. This is what we're gonna need to win. That special teams effort that we got, and wherever you are, Kadero Hodge, you are the special teams player of the year, hands down. I don't give a damn what anybody says. You have made enough plays this year on special teams and impacted us. You are the special teams player of the year. I don't know who's going to win, but in my humble opinion, you are. Now, with that being said, we're going to need a Herculean effort from our special teams and our defense, and our offense is going to need to get out there, score, and not screw up. In other words, don't turn the ball over, okay? Let's score points. Let's score as many touchdowns as we can. Let's keep the possession and keep the drives going. And let's kind of ease Penix into this thing we call the NFL. Giants are a rough defense, guys.
Right.
Hang on one sec, Ron. Let's do some housekeeping. So we got Georgia, Texas boy. What's good, family? Penix era started. Carlo, bro, I've been waiting for this all night. Carlo says we didn't anticipate this free fall. Yeah, and we didn't, Carlo. You 100% right. He also says MPJ focus and resilience going to carry him a long way. Hopefully so, Carlo. Hopefully so. Guys, I want to throw something out here. All right. You know, looking at the reports last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have some not so great news from the reports. Doesn't mean it's going to be our destiny, but just in forecasting, and I was looking at Aaron Freeman's show, he said typically rookies win about 33% of their games, which would mean of the first 3, Penix and the Falcons will win 1. Now, I definitely don't want that to be the case, and I don't think that's the case because Penix has weapons, right? It's not like, you know, there's certain variables when you look at numbers. Penix has weapons. Weapons on weapons on weapons. What's that song? Racks on racks on racks. Penix has weapons on weapons on weapons. And now, Zach, and I'm talking to you, Mr. Robinson, you gotta take this team as it is and put the best version of itself out there. Stop running Kyle Pitts on routes he's not going to run anyway. All right, run him on slant and drag, so he's there for Penix, on the check down. Let's do what we need to do. But the weapons are there, guys. We can succeed. All right, and I'm going to throw it out to you guys. C-Dub, next 3 games. Give me your honest opinion and your thoughts. Do we have a shot at sweeping and winning all 3?
All right. Do we have a shot at sweeping? Yes, we do. If you look at our team, if our team is supposed to be the better team over the Giants, over Carolina, and then you're telling me, we're going to go to Washington, that's the bigger game. And by the way, Washington has been announced as the Sunday night football game too. So
cool.
And that's putting Penix in prime time. But you know what? Here's going to be something I need to say. I gotta say this. They fell in love with Penix. They wanted him. Now, this is where I'm going to bring this up to people because that I wouldn't be me if I did. Okay, you may. All right, no problem. That's cool, Terry. I had no problem with that. And then, also, my thought about this whole thing is this. I am cautiously optimistic because I am optimistic. I think Penix is a dog. I think this guy's ready to play. Now, I would have felt better if my head coach would have allowed him to play more in the preseason and then not just one game because I thought he was coaching scared. Because think about it. He put everybody in bubble wrap. So my thought is, okay, now you did all this. Now let's see what happens. I think Penix is going to come in. I want to see what he does against the Giants, but can there be a sweep? Yes, but here's my question. Let's say there's not. Let's say we go 1-2. Are we all going to be okay? Because I will say I will actually be somewhat okay because we got a guy and we can now see where we're going.
Right.
And we always say the quarterback's the biggest question mark.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can answer that question, there you go. So
I think it would be okay because you have to, the minute you shifted to Penix and, hey, I want to go to the playoffs, but you've got to, in the back of your mind, at least change your thought process a little bit to, this is a rookie. He could be great. He could be outstanding. Still a rookie, and this is week freaking 15 that we're going into now, and we are thrusting him into what is a very competitive playoff situation. So, the optimist in me says 3-0, let's go. The realist, you know what I mean? So you have to temper your expectations just a little bit, right? You have no choice. So either way will be okay. I'm excited to see what Penix can do. I've seen that arm. I'm excited to see it with starting talent. I'm excited to see it with Ray and Mooney. You get Mooney out, you can't overthrow Mooney. If Mooney's healthy, I don't know. I know he was off that, but the point is, guys, with Drake and you can get that thing there now. So, hey, let's take the training wheels off, C-Dub, and let's see.
I'm with you. He's got the experience factor as in starts, so it's not like he's a guy that's had 1 year of playing and that's it. He's got over 50 starts.
Right.
So you gotta. hey, let's play. Let's see what you got. And look, we're not asking for perfection. We're just saying play the game and let's see what we can do. And look, this is where the coaches, if Rob believes in these coaches, they
Right.
need to also do their job and put him in the best position to win.
Yes.
Now, my only question to y'all, will Kyle Pitts finally show up?
Depends on Zach Robinson.
Now, I don't know if y'all ever heard this. They said a tight end is a quarterback best friend.
If he runs his route, yeah.
Right. So now, okay, Kyle Pitts, the old man not in there no more. Kirk Cousins, he's not in there no more. This your time to shine. If you want to be here or not. You got a young Thundercat back there, but the older people used to say, a young Thundercat back there ready to rock. If you gonna be on that same level,
Yeah.
time to man up.
Yeah.
If you want to be here or not. This your opportunity to show what you got to the whole world, to other teams, or whatever. So that's my only question.
All right. Let's catch it. We're gonna do some comments because I'm seeing them flooding again. So we like to try to keep them together. Thanks for reminding me there, T. Will. So we got we've read that. Okay, so MP Tree can re-silence and carry them a long way.
Killian.
Yeah. Huh?
Was it Killian? Was it Killian that was next?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I got it. C-Dub with the do-rag endorsement. That Washington game is going to be a shootout because the rookie's going to do. Man, I hope so. Hey, look, that'll be fun for Sunday night. You know, and the Falcons have been doing good in primetime games. So even though we try not to remember that one, Penix time to shine. Let the laser show begin. All right. C-Dub sounds like he's scared or something. Let's go. Whoa. I'm scared? No, I'm being realistic, folks. I want Penix.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, well, not just that. No, let me just say it. Hold on. Let me get the big bubble here. Hold on. Yeah. You don't. I got a do-rag. I am not scared, pal. First of all, hold on. I'm going to put my little light on.
Turn the light on.
Look. I am not scared. What I am is I'm a Falcon fan. I've seen scripts. I have seen what the Falcons can do to a man. So let's not say, oh, you scared. No, I'm not scared. I just know that there are times you can get a falconing. All right? Now, I want Penix to do well, okay? But I'm looking at it. We got to see how defenses come at this kid.
Yep.
Are they going to play the run even tighter? They're going to have 8-man fronts even more because, hey, you better show that you can throw to these receivers. You better show you can throw to Pitts. And is he going to find them? All right. We talked about Caleb McGarity. We're going to shut this down real quick. He's only given up 3 sacks this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think you gotta put Charlie Warner beside Caleb McGarry.
Either way, you got to. My thing is this. This is where we're going to find out. We're going to need to see if Caleb can hold up. If he can't, he's gone. But if he can't, because it's about the rookie.
Yeah.
And this is why we said you get a guy, you better be ready. Being scared, it's not being scared, Mr. Worthy. It is being, I've seen this team. So Kirk Cousins time in Atlanta officially over. Once we go to Penix, we can't go back to Kirk. Yeah, I'm with you, John.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Penix is ready to stop the madness. I believe he wins out and gets the team back on his track. Yep. All right. Zach Robinson has to show up.
Yeah.
Pitts needs to ran on vertical routes, not east to west routes. And let's see. I'm happy just like the night. Hey, that was a good year. I remember that year. C Dub, aka Mankind. Hey. Dude Love was a player. I want people to understand that.
Yeah.
Killian, it's time for you for your number 8 pick to do things and sling that pigskin. All right, we're caught up. Now, Terry, I'm going to give you back the floor.
Thank you.
And you go ahead. Now, I put a comment or a banner up about who needs to step up in the offense. But if you want to take it from there, you can do whatever you like.
You know what? Let's do both. So, first and foremost, you brought up Caleb McGarry. I think that's a great place to start. Caleb is gonna have to play the best 3 games of his life from a pass. In the run game, I think Caleb is second to none. Like he's a mauler. He's a
Yeah.
mauler.
Yeah.
But in the pass game, you're gonna probably have to get him some help, right? So you're probably gonna have to rotate Bijan to that side. You're probably gonna have to chip if you're sending out Kyle. You might have to rotate Warner on that side.
Yeah.
Some of these passing formations to get him some help because that is Penix's blind side.
Well,
With that being said, I mean, we'll see. Who else needs to step up in the offense? It's going to be even more crucial on the run game now. I'm not afraid of folks stacking 8 in the box. Let me tell you something. Number 9 can slang that thing. So you bring up 8 or 9 if you want to. You're going to find out real quick when we go 6 the other way. That might not be a good idea. You might be able to do that thing with Kirk, but Penix can slang that thing. That dude can easily throw 95 yards. I have no doubt about that. That is a once in a generation arm there. So you do that if you want to. That's fine. I think NFL teams will find out, and to C-Dub's point, they'll probably throw whatever they can at him. What I'd like to pivot to, guys, are the implications now that we've made this move. And one of our guests alluded to the fact that, well, you can't go back to Kirk, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not talking about this year, but next year or in the off season, you got a couple of choices. One, you can cut him, but if you do, he's still going to get a $67 million.
well,
2, you can trade him, which I think will probably be what's going to happen. And one of you referenced Cleveland. I think that is probably the destination where he ends up. Why do I say that? Well, you've got Kevin Stefanski, right? Kirk needs a confidence boost, and Kirk needs to heal. Kirk needs to heal. Like, let's be honest. His shoulder, elbow, probably still banged up. You know what I mean? Now you got this new coordinator. You clearly don't appear to be on the same page. You don't have your confidence right now. You're throwing this thing. You don't know where it's going. Everything is snowballed. You need to go home where it's safe. You need to go home where there's a familiar voice. So if we can trade him, I think we'd only owe him 27. Maybe, yeah, you're right. I think it is 40 million. And the other
27, I heard the number 27. There have been different numbers, but
I heard 27. I heard 40. I heard 65.
No, 65 is the total that's guaranteed, right? So I think we split the difference between 27 and whatever the difference is in 65. So either way, you can get out of that. I think we'd still owe him 25 million for 2026, but you can get out of that for 2025. And I think it's a very realistic. I think it's realistic because he's only guaranteed for a year. If this was a 3-year or 4-year deal, we'd be assed out. We would be stuck with it. But because it's essentially a 1-year guaranteed deal, there are teams who will take that because there are people who will look at this and be like, you know what, Kirk wasn't ready. He was still hurt. It was a new offensive coordinator. Kirk has a very good agent who can spin this in his favor. Lest we not forget, this man's made $364 million in his career. This is not a man who is not adept This is not a man who cannot pivot on his feet. With
Right.
that being said, guys, what are some of the other implications of this? And when I say that, I mean, do we now look at drafting a left tackle, or
See,
the tackle who plays right tackle, whoever plays Jake's blind side? I think it's right tackle. Do we
I
now look at, because Caleb's deal is up in 2026, and Ron, we'll start with you. What are some implications that you see?
I just see 3 teams trading for Kirk Cousins.
All right.
The New York Giants, they could say they want an offensive lineman with their first pick. Some people say the Jets. What I've been hearing, I don't know about Aaron Rodgers' situation, but the Jets been calling us. And another team, what I heard about the Raiders, and they could say they will draft Deion Sanders' son and let him sit down for 1 year and let Kirk Cousins teach him the ropes. So all these teams, they could trade for Kirk Cousins. Now, y'all been asking?
Ron, don't forget he has a no trade clause. So ultimately,
Yes.
doesn't want to go going. But
Right.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of people been asking, what can we get for Kirk Cousins? I could see a 3rd and 4th. In my opinion, I could see that. Why? He is a veteran. Why? He is a mentor. Why? When he healthy, he should be on the MVP level. He did it last year before he got injured. So I just see those 3 teams. Now, Michael Penix situation, we don't even got the draft on left tackle. We just go get the best left tackle in the game in free agent, who we think the best left tackle. And we still the draft a top pass rush with our first pick, in my opinion. But that's just me, though.
Yeah.
So
That's good. And those are all good points. Ladarius, implications. Give me your thoughts. What are some other implications? Maybe we're not thinking about this whole Penix thing.
Well, obviously, I think it gives us more focus on our offensive line. And to Ron's point, and to me, I go back to the upcoming NFL draft, and there are about 2 or 3 good, probably going to be top 10 offensive, taking the top 10 in the draft. So, I don't necessarily, I don't know, like I said, our draft position where it'll be come the end of the season, but I think getting Michael Penix essentially means when it comes to Kurt, I think obviously I think he's going to, he has the no trade clause, but when you present to him the situation is that, listen, you have a chance to reunite with Kevin Stefanski. I think that's more of a tempting situation.
Agreed.
When you tell him like, hey, Kurt, because I put it like this, if Kurt, because essentially Kurt knows, what wants to be on his way out. I think and people may not like, I say he had, he has the no trade clause. So yeah, just, hey, if he wants to go to Cleveland to me makes a whole lot of sense. My issue with the Giants is we don't know what the Giants regime is going to look like this offseason.
Right.
So
right.
we don't know if Brian Daboll and that coaching staff is going to be there.
Right.
Like the only sure thing, like Joe Schoen, the GM, I feel like he's going to be there, but I'm not sure about Brian Daboll. And the Raiders is interesting, but as long as the Raiders are in the top 3, and depending on how you look at the board, because I think I said on this show or some time ago, I said, listen, the quarterback class is not ideal.
Right.
Outside of Shador, Cam Ward, it's and I don't know if Quinn Ewers is coming out or not as well, but so the Raiders are in prime position to get a quarterback.
Right.
Now they may go get a veteran guy to kind of
Okay.
the kind of starter. However they feel about Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah,
Because so penultimately, I think they kind of go the route of, it's the Shador or bust situation there.
Right.
And shifting back to our team, it's simply this: the Michael Penix effect is, listen, we have to shore up. We have to make sure the offensive line on his blind side, on the right side, is fine. And I think that, like I said, you don't necessarily address it through the draft, depending on draft position. Because like I say, it's early process. So draft boards change every other day. But what I will say is, what Michael Penix does, Michael Penix like, hey, well, now we just got to build around him. He's the future. So what do we need to surround him with? He has weapons on the outside. And to me, I also kind of feel like Kyle Pitts is tied to this, because if Kyle Pitts all of a sudden wakes up and shows up, does that change the narrative about us getting rid of him in the offseason? Because we all thought under Kurt he was going to thrive and do great, but since Kurt went down the hill, everyone, I guess the per se, not to say Kyle Pitts went down the hill. I think that the bigger situation is that we may or may not keep Kyle Pitts. I think that's another factor. So I think these 3 games are not just to see the offensive line, but to see about Kyle Pitts.
Right.
Because he's the next guy after, I feel, Kirk Cousins, that people may want to get rid of. So we have to. So essentially, it's a basically an interview for Kyle Pitts as well. So,
Right.
so those are my thoughts.
No, all valid thoughts. If it's me, Kyle's gone either way. Like Kyle's gone. I'm for Kyle for a plethora of reasons. Number one, you got Algier and Drake contracts coming up. You can't afford to keep all 3, and it ain't even close. I'm sorry, Kyle. You're the run of the litter. You're your dad's least favorite kid. You gotta go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta repeat myself and argue with you and go through it. It's not worth it. You don't run routes. You don't finish routes. And we have too many needs. We have too many 1-year contracts that are getting ready to expire, where we're gonna need draft picks, guys. That's the reality. We're gonna need draft picks. Yes.
But the problem is the problem. He will be cheap. He cannot ask for an arm and leg, and you have not did your work.
You've had him for 4 years, Ron. You've had
but you had him with
Ron
different quarterbacks.
Ron, he still has not. Look it. I should not have to tell someone who's been in the league for 4 years to run your routes. I'm for it. And we have too many positions of need. It'd be different if we were sitting and all we needed was a tight end, right? We got too many positions of need. Go ahead, LeVar. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead. You finish.
Go ahead, Ron.
How many quarterbacks he had in those 4 years?
How many quarterbacks did Brock Bowers have?
Thank you.
I mean, let's stop.
I'm over the excuses with Kyle. And look, no disrespect to Kyle. He could go somewhere else and get it together. I think people hate to see. It's like a relationship thing, right? It's like you break up with somebody and they go ahead and blossom. Good for them. You weren't good for them and they weren't good for you. I'm not going to be mad because we broke up and you became a PhD. Good for you. Because guess what? I'm going to flourish too, right? But you don't possess people for like the rest of their lives. Kyle, for whatever reason, is not in a headspace to get it right here. And we have too many positions of need. Look, we're going to have to pay Algier. We're going to have to pay Drake.
I don't think so. I think we're letting him go.
With Algier, I'm sorry, with Kyle leaving, I'm okay. I think you need the Thunder and Lightning. I think you do. But that's just me. But either way, we have too many positions of need to keep Kyle. Kyle's got to go.
All I did try to say, y'all made a good point about all the quarterbacks Brock Bowers had. I just looking at the same thing. All the quarterbacks Kyle Pitts had. The only year he had was with Matt Ryan. Good year. So now we cannot even trade Kyle Pitts. he's going to be a free agent if we don't pick up that fifth option.
We've already picked up the 5th-year option, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've already picked it up. So we've picked it up. We need to trade him and get picks for him, just like we need to trade Kirk and get picks for him and go into this draft and get some positions of need. Look, my mind is moved on beyond Kirk. It's moved on beyond Kyle. They don't factor in 2025 for me, because if you're going to start building your team, you got to start. You have to plan to sign Drake. Drake ain't going to be cheap. Draco is going to get some Keiko. I like that. I'm going to write that down.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I whatever. Hey, guys.
Look, Darius, what were you going to say? So.
No, it's fine. No.
Go ahead, Darius. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Directed traffic. I thought you were like, you get in that corner, you get in that corner.
I'm good. No, the show's moved forward. Go ahead. I'm good.
All right. So here's what I'm going to say.
I got a question for Ladarius.
All right, hold on. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Ladarius, give me the advantages that we now have with Penix.
All this creative control going on around here. But now no, like I said, I'll just be really quick. I don't want to take up any time. The major advantages in our offense will be a little bit more. Listen, Penix is more mobile. You're going to support. I think we talked about you're going to see more RPOs. You're going to see the penultimate question is going to be how much of the playbook does Penix have? And listen, Penix is no Kirk Cousins. Let's be super clear. I have to state. Sometimes you got to state the obvious. Sometimes. So the playbook is going to look a little bit 180 from what we saw from Kirk. Yeah. So if you're Zach Robinson, you can be a little bit more creative in your playbook. You can be a little bit more different. So I think to me, the one major advantage is simply with Penix, it's like the offense should look different. It may be a little bit more dynamic. It may be a little bit more, but like I say, I'm not expecting this man to go out here and throw 4 touchdowns in his first start. I'm not expecting that. Now, if he does that, that'd be great. I'm not going to sit there and knock it.
Right.
But I expect to see a little bit more, dynamic, a little bit more diversity in the playbook. Because simply put, there was just simply things Michael Penix can do. We've seen his arm at Washington.
Right.
And look, and then he's going to be fine. I think people are panicking about his arm. His arm is fine. I think there's just a matter of how much of the playbook does he know? And more importantly, how much of the playbook? To me, it's the playbook. To me, that's going to always stick with me is that how much grasp of the playbook does he truly have? So that's my thoughts on that.
All right.
All right. So here's what I'm going to say. And thank you, Ladarius. Look, I'm just, at this point, when it comes to Kyle, it's one of these. Piss or get off the pot. And here's what I will say. I want Kyle Pitts to have big games these next 3 games. I want him lighting it up. Because then I can trade him. Because that's really where I'm looking at. I'll trade everybody. It don't bother me. I think Kurt, we'll deal with that, block when we need to. I get what you're saying about Algier, but I got to go here. You can get running backs. And they are going to be more committed to Bijan. And here's what I'm going to say. These next 3 games, we'll see how the Falcons are going to look. We'll see if Zach is going to allow Tyler to do more than just be what he has been. We'll see. We know Bijan's safe. The man's got all-purpose yards, everything. All right. We know Drake. God, that slogan is haunting me. But anyway, Drake will be okay. Mooney got a good contract. He'll be fine. I'm looking at the offensive line because at one point the quarterback was the reason you were struggling. Now he's gone. So now what do you do? What do you have to do to play better? This is a move. Like I said, this was a move for the 52, not the 1. and those guys deserve a chance. Now, back to Sports PSP asking if Baker is the best quarterback in the NFC South. Look, at this point, yes. He's still on the team, and they play for him. So I need to see if the Falcons are going to actually play for Penix. They have to. Look, if you were, it's like this. I saw in the comment saying, I hope the vets aren't mad about Kirk getting dropped. I think the vets were getting mad because Kirk wasn't being held accountable.
Right.
I agree.
If my play sucks, I have to get benched. But Kirk's play has sucked for over a month.
Right.
And you're doing backflips over one touchdown,
right?
But yet we couldn't even get over 200 yards in offense.
It didn't just suck, C-Dub. It was the worst in the league.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, and
the worst in the league. So I agree with you 100%, C-Dub. I agree.
Yeah, and my thing is this. We talk about listening to Larry Dixon Way. We talk about listening to 92.9 The Game. I actually listened to the broadcast for Monday Night Football. And I normally don't do it, but I did. Because it was Louis Riddick, it was Dan Orlovsky, and it was Chris. Those guys were as 50-50 as you could be. And they were calling it as if, they're trying to say, okay, you can see where this struggle's happening. You see where this struggle's happening. You see, you know what? I'm going to tell you, I can see how, Kurt's just not got it. He's questioning his arm. He doesn't have that zip, and he's made these throws. And he can move, but he doesn't trust his they were asking questions that we've been asking.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it wasn't, they're being biased. No, they were being straight.
Yeah, they were. They really
were. If a win ever felt like a loss, that was it. And that's why I said, think about it. We just basically we just benched our quarterback after a win. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
A win against the worst team in the league, a win in which our quarterback was extremely ineffective, a win in which he didn't even throw over 100 yards. So
he didn't even throw for a first down.
But
all our first downs were running plays.
Yeah.
I gotta say this. I like Louis Riddick. He called the game down the middle.
I do too.
He would tell you, it's been many times Louis Riddick called our games when we had Matt Ryan or Desmond Ritter or Mariota, and he'd be like, you know what? No, y'all gotta do better than that. He would say this on when he calling the games. That's why I got so much respect for Louis Riddick. A lot of GMs, a lot of old players will not say that when they call in the game. They'll be like, they make your excuses. They'll be like, well, he just having a bad day. Well, the offensive line not blocking for him. Well, the wide receivers not getting open. No, Louis Riddick called it like he said. And if that quarterback playing terrible, he would say it right then and there. No ifs, buts about it. And that's why I got so much respect for Louis Riddick. Now, I would say this. If Terry get fired at the end of the year, I would bring in Louis Riddick to be the new GM.
I think that's a good move.
Because he
100% agreement with you, Ron.
He would tell it like it is. Mm-hmm. How many times y'all heard me say we need somebody to tell it like it is? Mm-hmm. Arthur Blank, but they not playing up to his paycheck. We need to get rid of him, and we might get somebody better in free agent. So we need that. I want that. Let me say that. I might put that on a t-shirt. So, Terry, I see you now. Don't be writing down my quotes now, Terry. I see you.
I'm gonna. Hey, I look. It's a good quote, man. It's a good quote. I'm not gonna rebut you on that. But
I mean,
no.
he still loves his Keikos.
Right.
Draco getting Keiko? Come on, man. Draco getting it's catchy.
So
you know, y'all call me Timberland, right? I mean, that could be the next Draco getting Keiko. Draco, we could make a song about it. Draco.
No. Now you're stepping. Now you're stepping too
Draco
far.
getting Keiko, gonna get the Payco. Going to Keiko. Hey man, I'm saying we make
Terry,
it. We make it.
You sound like one of the amigos. Stop
it. Yeah, for real. We're trying to help you.
Look, but all joking aside, I really want to see this Michael Penix era. Can he make the team fun? Yes. Can we have a top offense? Yes. But it go back to what C. Doug said and what T. Will said. Will they play for him?
I think
will our offense play for him?
No. Yeah.
Go ahead, C. Doug. Go ahead.
Well, look, I'm going to say it like this: they're going to play for him because no matter what, here's the thing, Ron. He's the future.
What?
So it's like this. You could be mad about Kurt. Let's say there are some guys, but then you have to look over and go, you know what? That's the kid. He's going to be here longer. Let's stick with him.
Right.
That look, football, and not only that, as long as the check clears, that's what they care about.
Right.
Also that's the other thing. So, also, do y'all think after ATL drafted Penix because he may be the closest thing to Vic as far as athletic ability?
No, I think they're both just left-handed, but their games are totally different.
Right. Michael Penix, he can run, but he more likely to stay in the pocket.
And he's he's a very good processor.
Right.
Very good processor on where to throw the ball. Vic, when he was drafted, was all, hey, nobody's open, I'm running.
Right.
I don't like the coverage, I'm running. Right.
Michael Penix, they said Michael Penix was the best quarterback in the draft. A lot of people got to remember that. Better than Josh Daniels in Washington.
Or Jalen Daniels and
Jalen Daniels,
yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
They were like, this quarterback is legit. And look what he did for those schools he played at. Yes, he got injured. But when you take a bad school and turn it into a good school and take them to the national championship, that's saying something.
Yeah.
That on his resume for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like Keely's point. He said, I think Kurt knew his ability was gone. He said he didn't even have answers. And then Keely's next thing is the offense body language told you everything you needed to know about the game, about Kurt. That's Keith Simmons. So my bad. But Keith, thank you for the point, because I'm going to tell you, I think that was the most telling thing. It wasn't the Raheem press conference. It was Kurt's comments, because Kurt just looked done. He just he looked like, man, I ran this race and I just can't finish this. And I'm wondering if it's Kurt that probably even brought this up too, going, guys, I can't do this.
What?
I think Kirk is hurt. I think ever since that New Orleans game, and you know what, guys, it could be a combination of it all. It could be, you know what? I was able to throw this, and now I can't throw this, and now I don't have confidence. And this offensive guy I'm working with, oh my God, it could be an amalgamation or a combination of things leading to it. But I definitely think Kirk is hurt.
I mean,
not about that.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm going to say, and it could have been the reality check he needed because he's in a game where two teams are literally play calling to protect their team from turning the ball over because of their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those teams paid $90 million guaranteed money to a quarterback that's in said game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, it may be a reality check. It may be a gut punch. But
it could have been Father Times catching up with him. We've seen it happen.
It could have been.
So many of the greatest quarterbacks that played this game, we love football.
Yeah.
It happened with Tom Brady. It happened with McNabb. It happened with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers looked like a shell of himself now.
He's done. He's
done.
Yeah.
We seen it with some of the best quarterback. Father Time will catch up with you.
Yes, he's undefeated.
Right. So we seen it. So it happened every day, every year with a quarterback in the NFL.
It does. It does. I feel like in this case it's a culmination, right? I think it is a convergence of circumstances. From the standpoint, I really feel like if Kirk were in Minnesota, his performance would not be this bad. Now, would they be 11-2 or whatever they are? Probably not. But I don't think that it would be as bad because of something that you alluded to, Ron, and that was O'Connell's ability to hide the warts, right?
He hid it.
Yeah. But with that being said, look, whatever the reason is, whatever ultimately led to it, it is time to move on to Penix. We are here and now. Guys, that's where we are. Just for like a second or two, let's discuss the varying differences that we're going to see. So obviously the ball's coming out of a left-handed quarterback. You're probably going to see some waggles. You're probably going to see some rollouts. You're probably going to see some RPOs. You might see a few more plays under center. Can you guys think of any varying differences? Do you think we'll see longer passes more often? Do you think we'll come out and in a two-back set and you know what? You think we're running? Here's 90 yards. Like, give me you guys. And C-Dub, let's start with you. Give me your thoughts on the differences between this upcoming game and what we've seen thus far from this Falcons team.
I think we're going to see some bootlegs. Like Keith just mentioned also, I think you're going to see a lot of you'll see some rollouts. I think, Penix can roll out. I think what you're going to see is he's going to throw – I think he'll throw the ball deep. You're going to see some deep balls. And it's like this. And you're not going to go, oh, God, in a bad way.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like, what the hell were you thinking? But I will say this. What I saw from that first game, and I wanted to see how he responded to the second, but we didn't get that. But the first game, he was elevating the ball in the midfield area.
Right.
So I want to see how he's got a grip on that, if he has. But honestly, look, can you give us more than 112 yards? Can you give us more? Can you find the open man and throw it to him? Bo Nix has done it. Jalen Daniels has done it. Caleb Williams is doing it. Maybe not as much. Right. So all I'm going to say is this. Michael Penix, this is your chance. make the do-rag look good, like your boy C-Dub's doing, and Ron. We want you to understand. Terry's going to start being a part of the do-rag family probably. Because he's got to feel young again. So and now that he was dreaming about Ron's afro. So look, whatever you have to do to you're gonna have the Falcons. It's like this. Michael Penix is gonna have grace. But we're now looking at our offensive coordinator and our head coach. Because when you make a move like this, you now have to Kurt was supposed to be the coach on the field.
What?
Well, now you're taking him off the field. So now you have to be even more of a coach.
What?
So I'm intrigued to see how this goes.
Yeah, I look, I'm excited, man. I'm not going to hold anything back. And honestly, the last thing, fellas, I think this whole thing came about yesterday. I don't want to call it an argument. Because of a discussion, a very passionate discussion between my colleague, Ronnie Thomas, and myself, in which a ridiculous notion was brought before the court. And we went back and forth. And I think Arthur Blank took a look at it and said, you know what? We need Penix. I don't want to see any more ridiculous discussions like this. Yeah. And I really think ultimately that's what led to it, guys. It wasn't it wasn't I mean, yeah, it was the other stuff, but I think Ron and I kind of brought it home. So Ron, from your perspective, let's kind of go through that ridiculous argument. You know what I mean? That you caused by your ridiculous notion. But yeah, Ron, let's kind of go through, recap what happened. Ron?
Really? You started off.
No, you started it, sir. You were the one who's like, yeah, Arthur Blank should be more like Jerry Jones. And I was like, no, we are.
Well, I was saying, Arthur Blank, I want you to keep Raheem accountable. Yeah. And we see he did it. He was like, this not good enough. This, when Kirk Cousins threw maybe 100 yards, they're not good enough. Yeah. I paid this man all this money guaranteed. And for what? And Raheem, you vouched for Kirk Cousins to come here. So that made you to be accountable for Kirk Cousins' actions.
No, you're right about that. It was just the Jerry Jones notion, but
no, the Jerry Jones. What I was trying to say.
Oh God,
He's got the big bubble.
Jerry Jones and Pittsburgh, but you ain't let me get that far, Terry. You were like, oh hell no, motherfucker. We not.
Terry, I've never heard Terry get. Terry went, nah, hell no. No, you didn't bring out the Jerry.
But if you look at those teams, they keep their quarterback accountable.
I can go there with Pittsburgh. I can get there. Jerry, I will never embrace.
Jerry Jones a different monster.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He is. I was wrong for that, but I had to say that I know how you is, Terry. When I said Jerry Jones, you were like, really? Really? That's what we talking about? Right?
I mean, to be fair, your eyes did get that big, Terry. Right. It was really hilarious.
Did they really get that big?
Yeah. Yes. Like.
Okay. Terry looked like Wade Brady going, am I going to have to choke a bitch?
What?
Did I really? Oh, wow. Okay.
You like, really?
That was.
You bringing out Jerry Jones, really?
So, look, guys in the show, Ron and I go back and forth. Darius and I definitely go back and forth, but it's all up. I talk to these guys every day.
Right.
Guys
So
are my brothers, so I'm just throwing that out there.
if
Go ahead.
you look at Pittsburgh, how they handle stuff,
Yeah, they
I
hope.
just wanted Arthur Blank to take a page from them.
Yeah, yeah.
But you did not let me get that far. You were like, well,
Jerry Jones was a ridiculous. Like no, I couldn't stay in that car, bro. I could not stay in that car. I couldn't.
But if you look at how the Pittsburgh head coach handles stuff,
yeah,
when you win, when the quarterback win, he happy for him. When they lose, he will tell you about yourself, but he going to teach you at the same time.
That is a good point. That is a very good point. I look, when you say Mike Tomlin, I got no issue with what you said. No issue.
My father was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so this all he ever talked about. I like, okay, we get it. Your team good. We get it.
Right.
We get it. We understand.
Right.
And the more I think about it, I like, he really is right.
No, Tomlin is the standard as far as coaches.
Right. He's the standard.
Yeah.
When it's time to teach, he will teach.
Yeah.
When it's time to sit back and just watch everything, he will do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Rob, let's shift gears a little bit. Next 3 games. You know, it's put up or shut up time. Are we going 3-0? Are we going 2-1? Are we going 2?
I'm gonna worry about Zach Robinson. When Zach Robinson make it easy for Michael Penix.
That's a good question. That is a good question. And before we proceed, Kerry says, great show as always, Beard Gang. Big fan of you guys and your work. I'm so excited for Penix, as are we, Kerry. Carlos says, I really feel our franchise is going to eclipse Falcons in the conversation for the next few years. We only getting better out of the door. Land ahoy. Yeah, I like that. But Ron, that's a very salient point you just made. Again, you've got to make it easier for him.
You got to make it easy for him, like they did for the quarterback in Washington.
Yeah,
they took their time. It's like you cooking a turkey. You gotta take your time with that turkey. If you don't, when you cut it, it's gonna be blood and guts and all that on the inside. No, you take your time.
Mm-hmm.
So with Zach Robinson, get off the high horse and be like, you know what? I need to take my time with the rookie. Don't do too much, or just do just enough to win those games.
Yeah, I think to your point, it's going to take an effort. We really need a great effort from all 3 phases of the game.
Right.
In order to do this, right?
Right.
Because you say what you want about the Giants, they have an excellent defense.
Right.
Yeah.
This is still a rookie quarterback. This is his first game. Make no mistake about it. The advantage is not with the Falcons. Right. It's not necessarily with the Giants, but it is not with the Falcons. So it is to take. Go ahead.
You can't say that.
I can say it because he's a rookie. He's a rookie.
But they don't know. They have not seen the rookie play.
Yeah, hold on. I got to get on this one now. All right. Yeah, because, I like doing this camera thing, by the way. All right. Because, look, Terry, I would agree with you that we had no advantage. But you just talked about the special teams playing the game of their life like they did. The defense has played very consistently. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jerry Gray.
Yes, thank you, Jerry Gray.
Yeah, so let's not forget Jerry. Not Jimmy. But I want to bring up all you needed was to replace the quarterback. And
Right.
they have the running game. Now, yes, their defense is tough. That offense ain't nothing. And you're basically facing the Raiders again. So this will be interesting, but this is the way I see it. This is a point where you can, if anything, Zach could kind of, go, all right, watch what I could do. And
Right.
he could do that with Penix, and then, like I said, this is one of those things you go, okay, I see what's going on here. I see what the vision is. I see what can happen here. So I'm not going to say the Falcons don't have an advantage. I'm going to actually say because the Giants are starting their third string. Are you really telling me that our team, if we remove the hard person that was holding us back to winning games, and we add someone that hopefully could just be, able to play, that we should, I think we have a good chance of winning that game. Now, Washington, I'm with you. I don't know what to expect from Washington, and I don't know what to expect with Carolina. But I think that's fair to say. But the Giants, and not only that, let's be honest, I think the Giants are in tank mode. They're not really wanting to win games either. So they're wanting Shador or Cam.
I mean, it's an interesting point. My only concern is that this defense is murderer's row, right?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You got an outstanding defensive line, if not front seven. Outstanding. So you better get your protections right? So you better, like, you gotta know your protections. You gotta know your alignments. You gotta know when to shift. You gotta know who to pick up who. You better have all of that. And he's a rookie. They're gonna throw blitzes at him. So I mean, we'll see. Look it. C-Dub, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. For me, it's a wash. For me, it's a draw. Because
no, I got you.
I'm in no way am I saying they have the advantage.
Right.
But I'm not saying that we have that big of an advantage either. If for nothing else, he hasn't really been practicing with the one, so he doesn't have the timing down yet, right?
Yeah.
Again, 50 to 60% of your passes are timing routes. If you haven't practiced with these guys, you don't know the difference between Mooney's out and Draco's out. You know the difference, right? So
and he can't get no Keiko.
But I can say this: if you look at, for a good example, if you look at C.J. Stroud, the first year C.J. Stroud came into the NFL, did nobody have nothing on him. They did not have video on C.J. Stroud in the NFL. They had video of C.J. Stroud in college, and he had a great year. So that's what I'm looking at. Though nobody really got video on Michael Penix. They got he played a little bit here, a little bit there, but a whole game, he had not did that. So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud didn't win his first game. Just throwing it out there. So that's all I'm saying. Like, for me, it's a wash. Now with that,
look, I'll say this: we're starting Michael Penix now.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is. If we don't make the playoffs, at least we started Penix to see what he's got.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then you can take what you got, you learn, you figure out what you can sharpen up for the team, and you go from there. But that's my attitude through this.
Yeah,
it's like if we go 3-0, cool. If we go 2-1, cool. If we go 1-2, 0-3, don't care, because I'm looking at now that you started him. Now, if you didn't start him and Kurt was playing piss poor, then we all would have been like, you should have been So that's where I'm at. At least they made the move.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the fans are going to respond on the 22nd.
I think they're going to show up and show
I-
out.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think fans are going to go absolutely bananas. And I think they are going to show up to the dome in droves.
Right.
That's what I see.
I really think that stadium finna be rocking again.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
a lot of people were calling for Kirk Cousins' head on platter. Like, and I was one of them. I like, nah. Kirk, Father Times came, yeah,
And
you
Kyle-
left, but yeah.
So,
So,
Kurt, I got some news for you. There's a
What?
sale over at Kohl's. Just take the family, go shopping. You
what?
don't even need to worry about showing up to the game. We got you.
Right. You go sell car insurance or go to Walmart, open a Walmart or something. I tired of looking at you.
No. Let him do Kohl's. He's really good at Kohl's. They got a lot of Kohl cash. That's cool,
But-
man. Let them do
okay.
their thing.
I just hope
But-
our Atlanta fans can have some class and not treat him. So a byproduct of this,
Yeah.
when we initially drafted Michael Vick, he replaced
Chris Chandler.
Chris Chandler,
Right.
and they treated Chris Chandler so poorly after that.
I will say this. I think, you know what? I will say this. I know where you're going, but can I say this? Kurt has been he has taken a lot of the blows.
Right.
You know, he has said it's on him. I've
Right.
never seen one where Kurt has just said, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm playing excellent.
Right.
It's these idiots that can't catch. No, I've never, I think Kurt, I truly believe that press conference when he was just like damn near defeated. It's almost like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And when you had that moment of, come on, dude, and even he's saying it, I think that's where I want to say we may not know, but maybe Kurt was behind this, where he's like,
No, it
Rob.
could have been.
Right.
Could have been. And when I say they treated him, I don't necessarily mean the fans holding him accountable. I'm talking about like they were really bad to Chris Chandler's family, and they have.
Oh, I know, and that's
Right.
what I'm saying. I don't think that they'll. I hope to God we have some sense and not
Right.
do that. Yeah.
Right.
But
Don't be classless. Is what I'm.
Right.
Look, we've made the transition to Penix. Be graceful. His family has nothing to do with it. Kirk is a great person, even
Right.
though he didn't play well, and he played well some of the year. And whatever happened. But guys, he's still a Falcon. Let's treat him with respect and deference. Let's not do what we did with Chris Chandler, because I'm telling you, I was here for it, and it was bad.
right.
Yeah, it was bad.
You
Let's-
said
Go ahead.
you said two things right there, Terry. A lot of people don't know football. Well,
Mhm.
let me say that for people in the back. A lot of people don't know football.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
If you win, they over here. If you lose, they over here. They're not in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They change teams like they going out of style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have some of those fans. We paid Kirk Cousins all this money, and he cannot even win the games. He cannot play the whole season. This or that. Okay, if you watch football like we all do in here on this panel, we said Kirk Cousins 36.
Mm-hmm.
He's not no spring chicken no more. He's not. Yes, we pay him a lot of money. 1 or 2 years. Okay. If we did not pay him that money, somebody else would have got it.
Mm-hmm.
Another quarterback would have got it.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is, if I'm out with my wife, right, who has nothing to do with this,
Right.
who is the center of my universe,
Right.
who is everything good about a little salty bastard like me, and somebody come up to her, I'm knocking out some teeth.
Of
Mhm.
course.
All I-
Hold on. Yeah,
all-
let me bring this up too.
have some class. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and I'm with Terry on this because here's all I'm going to say. You know, if it wasn't for Kurt, we weren't going to be 6-3.
Thank you.
Right.
You know, so it's like don't, you know, yes, he's played bad, but he did play good, and that play good actually has kept us in where we are now.
Yes.
Right.
Now, does it suck? Yeah, but again, that's nothing to do with his family.
Yes.
That's
Right.
business.
That's all
You
I'm
know,
saying.
if he's with his family, like Terry said, if he's with his family, it's like when the wrestlers with their family. Man, just let them be. Let
Yeah.
them
Right.
enjoy their life.
Yeah.
Don't try to do nothing stupid. If anything, just say thanks.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
because
Right.
you did look. We all still remember Tampa Bay in that game, and
Right.
how excited we were when he threw that overtime winning game.
But
So yeah,
once again, a lot of people don't know football though. A
I
lot
tell
of
you,
these
they wouldn't know foot to ass if you.
right.
And man,
I-
family that has nothing. And
Right.
I bring this up, Ron. I'm not attacking you. I bring this
Right.
up. This happened with Chris Chandler.
Yes.
This has happened before. People, the thing I don't like about people is they feel like because they know how much you make, that
Right.
gives them license to attack
Right.
you in a goddamn Denny's. And it
Right.
does. It
But once
does.
it,
Look it.
Right.
When you're off that field,
Right.
That does not give you license to come and interrupt me, you know, and my goddamn meatloaf having a discussion with my wife about, I don't know, detergent and what
Right.
works better, and you disrespecting her, because at that point, I'm going to destroy your ashy kneecaps.
Ted,
I'm going to disembowel you. No. I bring it up because it's
I'm
personal
with you.
to me, because that's that man's wife.
Right.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
with you.
I don't like that. I don't like that. And
But it go back to what I just said. A
uh-huh.
lot of people hide behind keyboards. Or when you see them out, they, oh, you cost me money. This or that. You ain't no good.
Yeah.
Okay.
well,
On the
yeah,
field.
but back in the day, there were people that were worse than I
Right.
think this, because this generation, yeah, you got a lot of fake keyboard punchers
Right.
or
Mhm.
keyboard warriors that wouldn't say crap to you.
Right.
But now, and I understand what Terry's saying. I'm kind of saying the same thing.
Right.
But if you like, man, don't just. All I'm saying is have some damn sense.
Right. Have some
Right.
class.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
They threw drinks on his wife.
yeah.
They threw, like, let me tell you something. You can say whatever you want to say about me. I don't give a damn. I
Right.
really don't. I'm 54 years old. If you don't like me, hey, you don't like me. And you don't have to.
Right.
But heaven help your immortal soul if my wife, who doesn't bother anybody,
Right.
who, as far as I'm concerned, is the sweetest person on this earth, you throw a drink at my wife, I am going to haunt you until I cannot walk. I am going to find you. I am going to disembowel you. I am going to separate your bones from your skin, because that is the animus that I'm gonna. In other words, just leave the man's family alone. You don't.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't like him. You want to boo him. Fine. But if you see him in public, have some class. He did
Right.
get us to 6-3. And look, would you want somebody bitching at you when you're at dinner because you didn't have a great day at work? Would you want that? So
No.
all I'm saying is, guys, look, let's treat him with respect. And
Right.
most of the folks,
Yeah,
look, I'm not even talking to the folks in the chat, because
yeah.
everybody in our chat has class. I'm talking
Right.
to the yahoos out there who would really have the presence of mind to do some dumb stuff like this and attack somebody. Oh, now we got Penix. Oh, we don't need you. Oh, you saw. Oh,
Right.
just stupid stuff like that you don't hear about, but I'm telling you, people do it. I'm telling
Right.
Well, hold on. What was the old saying? These are the reasons why people don't want to come to Atlanta.
Right.
you. Yeah.
Don't be the reason.
Yes.
Right.
All right. You know, it's like this. Man, don't put a bad don't make me look bad.
Right.
You know, Yeah,
But-
Kirk Cousins. Does Kirk play like trash? Yeah, the past 5 weeks. Yeah, but again, if it wasn't for Kirk, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in now.
Right.
All right. So look, what they made the right decision. It's not on people to say, "Oh, well, they should." No, they made the right decision. Move on.
Move on.
Right.
Look, and when it comes to his family, it's his family. Leave it alone. Have some
Right.
damn sense.
Yes.
And look,
That's all.
and I agree too. But my thing is, I'm going to say this. Because when we do our takes, people think we just hate everybody. Or people think I hate everyone. I don't. All right? I love anybody that represents the logo, okay?
Right.
And I want Raheem to succeed. I wanted him to be the coach because I thought it would make sense. And look, 7-7, you're not out of it.
Mhm.
You have 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's focus and let's see. Hey, Ra, Zach, how do you prepare? Now, I'm going to say this. I do have issues with Ra for, I feel, not preparing Penix because he only had 1 preseason game and you saw his scattered snaps. And all I'm saying is this. If you were really honest with yourself, should have you been making sure Penix was getting snaps? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, it's almost like this. I need to make sure that I got a backup plan. I need to make sure it works. If my backup generator's here, I need to make sure go out there and power it up. I need to make sure it's working. It's like I don't need to go get parts. When I really need to have it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. But
you're right. I with you. I with both of y'all. I am. But you already know it's going to be that one dude or one female don't know the game of football, and they will see Kirk Cousins out and about with his family, and it's going to be on and popping. We already know that.
I hope that. Look, I'm not. I hope that's not the case.
Right. I don't want it to happen, but we know.
I'll be blunt. I don't think it will because I'm gonna go here. People, this society have become C-double, especially after the bye. Yeah, I know. Trust me. But no, what I'm saying is people have become more keyboard warriors than anything.
Yes.
Because you can say whatever you want behind an avatar
Right.
and hide and act like you just someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're face to face with people,
they will think twice.
No. They don't think twice. It's more like this. Oh, hi.
Right.
Oh, no, I would never say that.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Right.
And that's what the generation we're living in now.
Yeah, and that's true. And I hope that they do. I'd rather them do that.
Yeah, me too.
Because at least, hey, if you put it out there online, I don't give a damn. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather them do that than come up and interrupt somebody's tapioca. I could do anything else. You're putting whatever the hell you're
tapioca.
I know. The only thing came to mind. But come up and
just say soul food, Ted.
Ambrosia, whatever. Okay, whatever.
You know what? Maybe Kurt's having his fried chicken. He's got his collards, got his mashed potatoes. His wife got that sweet cornbread, and somebody trying to act a fool. Don't you pee in my cornbread?
Right. But my point is, hopefully that they wouldn't do that. That's my concern, and it's so because I do not think that we treated Chris Chandler fairly once Michael Vick arrived, because Chris Chandler did get us to a Super Bowl. Let's not forget. People forget when things go bad, they forget the good things that you did for them because people are innately narcissistic in that way. They only remember the bad. They only remember right? So that was my whole point. We don't have to spend a whole, look it. Penix is the future. We're here now. Go.
For Christmas last year, everybody got their new toy. for Christmas.
Right.
Well, Christmas is 2 weeks away. You done playing with that toy you got last year. You want to see what you got this year. But remember that when you got that toy, you play all year with that toy.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Michael Penix. I hate to say it like that. He's that new shiny toy.
No, I get it. We should be excited about
Right.
Penix.
People are excited. We finally got a black quarterback. We finally got something for the city. We finally got that new shiny toy. But you forgot about Kirk Cousins. He was that shiny toy that we got in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
That we signed. Now, he ain't doing so good. Now, you got Michael Penix. But no, give that man his flowers. Give Kirk Cousins his flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just said, we will not be where we at now. We just see the playoffs.
Yeah. And he threw for 500 yards in one game. So say what you want to. He did experience some success. And look, at the bottom line, guys, it's about the name on the front.
Right. It's the logo.
It's logo business.
He is still a Falcon. And while he is still a Falcon, we support all of our Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
Hold on. You want to know? Let me say this real quick. You want to know who deserves some vitriol or someone that deserves a look of really? That's Devontae Campbell, who walked off the field when his team needed him.
Right.
Kurt didn't do that. Kurt didn't do that. Yeah, Kurt lost some games, but damn, he didn't look at the coach and say, "I ain't going in."
Right.
And in uniform. No, that's what Devontae Campbell did. And what did John Lynch do? Came down that elevator, looked him dead in the eye. Oh, you really playing this game? You're not going in? No, I'm not. Okay. All right, I got you. Get him out of here. I don't even want him in my locker room.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, they said he was player mad, because not just that, he went in and demanded to the league, I am suspending him. I am not cutting him because I don't want him playing for another team.
Right.
And correct. And I agree with that 100%. There's something to be said for just showing up, guys. Right.
Yeah.
So I'll use our team for example. I can call you guys any time of the day. It doesn't matter, and you guys will hop on, and we'll have a conversation, and we'll blah 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 blah, and we will work shit out. Right. If I say, hey guys, I'm doing a show Thursday at 11 p.m., you guys will try and make it work, right? I can count on you guys. And you guys, I think, would say the same about me. That is part of being a team. But for you to know that your team needs you and you willingly walk off, I got no use for you.
Right.
Literally, I honestly think he ended his career. And guys, this goes back to you gotta have people in your life that can tell you the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody in your life is a yes man or a kiss ass.
Right.
There will come a moment like this and you get it wrong, right? You know what happened. They brought Drake, they signed him, and I guess Devondre, sometimes you don't have a realistic assessment. Like, you can be a competitor and feel like you're the best in the business,
right?
But you also have to be realistic, right?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You have to be realistic. And so in his mind, he's like, I'm just as good as Dre Greenlaw. No, you're not.
No. That team will tell you that. Yeah.
Well, once again, you got to have somebody in your corner saying, you know you fucked up, right?
Right. No, you're not.
You fucked up.
But if in your mind, I'm just as good as him.
But once again,
I'm just as good as him. I can do it. I'm just and you give that voice an audience and you listen to it, right?
And, you know what? Okay.
And you end up doing dumb shit like this.
But once again, my father, when I was playing football, my father and my mother, told me ain't no I in team.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a long time to understand that I was Campbell. Oh, I'm better than this. I'm better. I got this many sacks, or I got this many catches than my head coach. Come to me, well, you know who you think you is.
Yeah. And look, it guys, we don't have to spend a lot of time on that because it's the Falcons show. But C-Dub, I agree with that. Look,
Me too.
The bottom line is it's about the logo on the front, and it's
know their business.
And guys, this is in any industry. In your job, if you go to your job every day with it's about the logo on the front and you're unselfish, for the most part, you're going to rise. In every organization, well, I'd say maybe within the last 20 years, when I first started working, I was a bit of an asshole. But when I really got into the workforce, it's to me, it's always been about the logo on the front. And as long as you make it about that, as long as you are where you need to be, as long as you do that, good things are going to happen. I've risen in every organization I've been. I've risen in every, and I'm not bragging on myself. I'm saying attitude is 90% of what you do. So if you go to work with the right attitude, instead of, oh, what can they do for me? No, what can I do for them? How can it be easier for them? What can I do for them? If he'd have went about it with, you know what, I'm not happy, but this is my chance. I'm going to show them. You know, I'm going to show another team why I should start for them. I'm going to get out here. It would have been totally different, right? Now it's career's over.
Yeah.
So,
remember, when you on that field and you got a 1-year contract, you playing for other teams too. So they just see how they just fit you in their system. But now his career might be over now in like teams. Oh, that's how you feel? Well, you know you fucked up, right? We will make sure you will not be in the NFL no more.
Yeah. And
these owners and GM, they talk to each other.
Yeah.
Every year or every week, they talk to each other. So now they're like, oh, that's how he feel? Okay, let's make sure. Let's make sure he go overseas.
I don't even look. He might be in a. I mean, bro.
Look, he did. Look, the players were saying,
right,
man, get rid of him.
Yeah,
that should tell you something.
Right. I wouldn't want to play with him.
Right. That show me.
Play with him.
That show me he's selfish. That show me he about himself. He about his brand. Well, now you don't got no brand, though you might not be in the NFL no more. But that show me you don't. If your teammate got hurt on that field, you will not have blink or eye and went in there. You said, forget this team. I joined the locker room and I finna go home.
He's the kind of guy that if it's 30 seconds left and you're on the 30-yard line and you catch a pass at the 20, you know what I mean? And you're at the 15-yard line. No, this asshole isn't going to go out of bounds. He's going to high step and profile and get tackled on the 3, and we lose as opposed to going out of bounds. And now you got 12 seconds, you know, but you're at the 10-yard line and probably 2 or 3 plays to score a touchdown. But no, this asshole had to try and be stylish and profiling because he wanted to get his shine on because it was about him. That's a loser mentality, right? This is the kind of guy that would rather lose stylish than win ugly. Look, every day I put my shirt on, man, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win every area of my life. I do not tolerate losers around me. I don't tolerate that because I'm in this thing to win it. In everything I do, I'm trying to win, right? This is a loser mentality. For you to refuse to go into the game, you're an asshole I don't even want to be around because I shouldn't even have to explain this shit to you, bro. I shouldn't have to explain it to you, right? But anyway, let's pivot to John's question. I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think It went up to Arthur Blank's office, told him he can't do this anymore, and Arthur went to Kiki Raheem and told that's what happened in this. It could have.
It could have.
I honestly don't.
Or
I think that Kirk's performance was so bad on Monday night. And you know what, guys? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Because honestly, if Kirk would have come out and lit it up and threw for 400 yards against the Raiders, you can't make you now have to start him against the Giants in the next three. The fact that he fucked up so bad, it's like and C-Dub, you spoke to this. The national media was like, this isn't Kirk. This is the Kirk that we know. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. He's not. So it could have come from Arthur, but I think his performance was so bad that what else could they do, right? What do you guys think? You think this came from Arthur?
In my head came from the coaches or the players. The players here had said, look how he playing. He making everybody look worse than they is.
Right.
Remember, they've been talking in the locker room. I don't know how true this is, but they were like, Michael Penix is the best quarterback, and this and that. So it was tough.
They did say that. You're absolutely right. That was on whose show was that on?
Oh God, it was one of the Fox shows. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
So,
said that, to your point, Ron, he said the Falcons locker room, everybody.
Right.
I don't want to misquote him, but he said that they feel like Michael Penix is the best quarterback on that team. And this was what, 3 weeks ago?
This was
Yeah.
So the team was trying to divide right then and there. I think the players the players, in my opinion, I think they said, you know what? Raheem got to do something about this. Retire this.
It could have been. It could have very well been.
It could have been Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett is a leader, and I think that Raheem will listen to the leadership like Grady Jarrett on the team.
Yeah, it very well could have been, man. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. That's
what I think, in my opinion. So
yeah, it could have been. It could have been. Yeah, Carlos says Schultz and Shefty said it was two sources. Honestly, I think those two sources probably speak for the entire team, and they might look it. It could have been the fifth string, whatever. Okay, but guys, let's be real. Kirk has been bad for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, and in a locker room, little things, if not addressed, start to fester. Kirk has been bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, I'm not belaboring him. Kirk, you're a great quarterback. We still love you. We still root for you. We still want you on our team. It is what it is, right? We got to get through this. So at this point, Kirk, you support Penix the best way you can. You at this point, you need to Obi-Wan him. You know, you need to Obi-Wan him. But you're still a part of the team, and it is what it is. I think, look, the way to summarize this, we made the move we needed to make. Let's go forward. Let's make the best out of it. We win all 3 games. We make the playoffs great. We win all 3 games. We don't make the playoffs great. But either way, let's go. Let's put our best foot forward and see what we can do. We still need some help, guys. We still need Tampa Bay to lose. Or there are other ways we can get in, right?
Washington could lose.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Philly or Minnesota or where the Lions just lost. So, but we got to do our job. And my auntie, she the one that raised me. She used to tell me everything happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
This might, like you just said, Terry, this might be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. I think his performance on Monday night pretty much made it so easy for you to be, you
Right,
know what, we got to make this change.
right.
It
It
was,
like
it was so putrid.
when
Was so
when Lewis
good.
when Lewis really talked, a lot of people listen,
Yeah, yeah,
and he was talking Monday night. So I think maybe why he ain't heard that after he watched the game again. Maybe Lewis really said, you know what? Nah, Kirk Cousins not the same no more. And Raheem was like, aha, aha. So if I see this man not playing up to his part and Lewis really called this man out on Monday night, aha.
I
Watch
don't
your
know about
penny.
that. Hold on. I don't know
I
about
mean, I
that
just
because here's
said,
why. Hold on. Here's
yeah,
why.
that either.
Because Rob made it a point to look in the camera and be like, yo, this narrative that Kirk can't throw, check him out. Because he said that
yeah,
after he scored the touchdown.
right,
So let's not say Rob. I think this is a combined over the top decision.
right,
And they're looking at him going, Raw, you're gonna say it's your decision.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Jimmy Lake's the defensive coordinator, but we all know it's Jerry Gray. And Jerry Gray goes, damn right. But anyway, that's how I feel.
Yeah,
And that's why I said these 3 games will show us how good of a coach Raheem and Zach Robinson and Jimmy really are.
yeah,
Because now the Kirk Cousins life raft is gone.
Right.
yeah. I think the decision is an amalgamation of everything that has taken place for the past 6 weeks. I think you got to think about Raheem has probably known Kirk for 14 years. So they have a relationship. This isn't just, oh, I met you and you're my quarterback. They go back about 14 years.
Right. They go back to Washington.
And one thing about Ra, he's very loyal. Some would say to a fault, right? So this was Raw defending his guy. And look I get it. I understand. But at a certain point, you either got to shit or get off the pot, right?
Right.
And I think it probably was a combination of Ra, we can't do this anymore.
Right.
You can't give up the 52 for the 1.
Right.
Right? Look, I know you're loyal. I know he's your guy, but at a certain point, you got to move on. This is your season.
Right.
This could be your employment. We got to move on. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You can't be all things to all people. Right now, you got to be the coach of the Falcons. And it probably was some combination of that, right?
Right.
The problem with being eternally optimistic, devoid of context, it looks delusional. Right?
Yes.
So if you are if you're getting beaten and bloodied and your head looks like Martin in that episode when you took on Tommy Hitman Hearns, if you sit there, everything's great. We gotta, at a certain point, you have to be honest and transparent. And I think the issue with Raw is he's been so focused on being positive and so focused on uplifting the team, which is a good thing, that at times he comes off as delusional,
right,
or at best evasive,
right.
And I don't think that's his intent. I really think his intent is to look at, if we're going down, God damn it, we are going down in this foxhole together. We are go down. We are going to. I think he's all about that.
Or Terry Fano could have told him, "Hey, I ain't got no extension. If I go down like this, I don't want to lose my job like this."
It probably was a combination of all. things. It probably was a hodgepodge or an amalgamation of all of those scenarios because I'm sure they're sick of hearing it. I'm sure they're sick of answering the question. I'm sure they're over it. And somebody finally said, look it, make the goddamn move, make the move.
Right.
I know you don't want to do it. I know he's your guy, but this is not getting any better.
Right.
This isn't getting any better. We're here now. We're in the now. We have to make this move. This is happening. Now, that's been robbed.
Yeah,
We don't know. We're not privy to the discussion, and nor should we be, right? You should never see mom and dad arguing. That shit should happen behind closed doors, right? So we don't know what happened. Finally, they came together, and I think they made the best decision that they could in this fight. And I'm not mad that they signed Kirk Cousins because Kirk was the best choice at the time. Who knew that he was going to get injured? Who knew that it? Well, look it. There was risk, but there's no way you could have predicted that Kirk would have been this bad. Like this is akin to. No, it's not that bad. But the only thing I can think of is for those of you Braves fans out there, when we signed B.J. Upton.
Oh God, no! Don't bring that name. Oh Jesus!
You know what I mean? And everybody was so excited, and that was probably the worst Braves contract that I can remember.
Oh, God.
You know, other than Dan Uggla, and even Dan Uggla had like one season where for that half of the season, like he went off and hit a bunch of home runs. But B.J. Upton was a terrible signing, and nobody could have looked at him and predicted that this was what was going to happen, right?
Man, fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, same thing with Kirk Cousins. There's no way you could have predicted what was going to happen, right? You could have predicted that. So, look it. We're here now, guys. Let's see where this goes, right? Let's see what the young fella can do. I'm optimistic. Either way, I know this Sunday I'm going to be watching.
Yeah. Oh, we all going to be watching.
I'm going to be watching with bells on. I'm going to be excited. Shit, I'm going to have some pizza here. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see what this young fella can do. Maybe he can cook. Maybe he comes out and throws for 5 touchdowns. And the world's like, holy shit. And and can you imagine the throwdown that's going to be Jaden Daniels versus Michael Penix, the Thriller in Manila, the 2 rookies? Let's go.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. Remember, let's get through. We got to get. He has to get through that first battle with Tim Boyle.
Can we just deal with the Belichick right now? Can we deal with this Belichick shit? Can we
Belichick?
Spotlight this last comment because I want to deal with this bro. Okay, now again, Sports Live in the Atlanta, whatever this channel is. Okay, no disrespect to you, because you have every right to express your opinion. But let's be honest, the last 4 years of Belichick's existence in New England, he ran that franchise to the ground. And you want to know why? Because there was no Tom Brady there, right? If Bill Belichick had been 64, I would have taken him. Bill Belichick is 74, which means at most he's got, 4 years? Bill Belichick wanted total control of the Atlanta Falcons. Total control of no, it's not just deal with it. It's not just that. It's not just deal with it. It's not. Let's first and foremost, let's deal with the now, right? Let's deal with the now, Bill Belichick. He ran that franchise into the ground, meaning nobody wanted to be there. Nobody wanted to play for him. Even during the Super Bowl run, if you talk to, especially the last 3, if you talk to most of those players, they played for Tom, not for Bill. And I'm not saying Bill's not a great coach. He was a great coach, but his time has come and gone. So if you hire Bill Belichick, wait, what did he, bro? I'm not disrespecting you, and don't kick him out. I'm not disrespecting you. Yeah. I'm expressing an opinion. Now, if you don't have the wherewithal to deal with that, then you may need to go. We're about intelligent dialogue here. And all I'm saying is we can differ in opinions. What I'm saying is Belichick was not the best option for the Falcons because you can't come to 22 and 20 and 19-year-olds and say, because I said so. You can't come to 30-year-olds making 50 million and say, because I said so. Yeah, blank may have wanted Belichick. I'm not, but it wasn't the best option for this team.
All
And
right.
I say that to say, if you look at the New England franchise after Tom Brady left, right, which is a metric to measure, if Belichick had like won a championship or even made the playoffs, or there was some sort of hint of moving forward, I could see that franchise ran itself into the ground, and it was that. No, first off, nobody wanted to work for Belichick, but
All right.
Matt
Terry.
Patricia and that idiot who runs the offense.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels, who's
Right.
a loyalist.
Nobody
But
else wants to work for Belichick.
hold on. Hey, look, Terry, give me a second. Hold on. First of all, this is my channel. So, hi, I'm C-Double. Second of all, don't call Terry an idiot. All right? Now, and Terry could defend himself, but yo, dude, I've watched your stuff. All right? I've commented on your stuff. And quite honestly, I get your angst. I wanted Belichick. I was okay with Belichick. I was okay with Grable. I was okay with whoever had experience. Okay? Now, hold on. What you say now, dude? And Morris was the right opinion. And look at the sorry ass coach he brought here. And there's a reason Morris is losing record. So what should we see shouldn't come off as a shock. All right, look, here's the deal, bro. First of all, I'm not going to can you. I don't do that. My thing is this, though. Morris hired his coaches. See, obviously you don't watch the show because I've been one of these guys that said he has got these coaches in. He's brought his homeboys in. If there are not changes, he needs to go. Terry, have I not said that?
You have. And,
all right. And hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make this very clear, though. But you don't come in here trying to tell my people and my friends, my coach workers, that we're idiots. All right. I don't really appreciate that crap.
Yeah.
All right. Terry's been through it. He don't need that crap. All right. And call it what you want, but this is my channel. I'm taking ownership of it, and I don't play that crap.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking for an apology, but what I am going to say is have some respect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting on your show, and I'm not. Why would you ban me? You can want what you want. In my opinion, it's facts. He brought losers with him, and losers to hang around losers. Yo, bro, have you not looked at Arthur Blank's history of hirings? Rich McKay, Arthur Smith,
mm-hmm.
Jim Moore Jr. Tell me when I'm telling lies. All right.
I think for me, C-Dub, and obviously, look at sports, whatever your name is, you can have an intelligent dialogue. You don't have to agree. But it is the mind of a small person when you have to attack someone who doesn't agree with you. I did not say Belichick was not a great coach at the time. I said Belichick, number one, if you know the facts, he wanted total control of this organization.
Yes, he did.
No GM, no VP. So let's
or also, to make it easy, he would have probably wanted his people, which were guys like Mike Lombardi. Because remember, I remember the interview with Lombardi and how he roasted us. But go on.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Belichick wanted total control. Belichick's 74. So best case scenario, 4 years. When he leaves, who are you turning that franchise over to? Now, mind you, Belichick had free reign with the Patriots and ran it to the ground. Belichick's family was working for him. That's how bad it got, right? What do you think he was going to do when he came here? Do you think that certain players were going to play for him? No. They were going to bide their time here and they were going to leave. And this was going to be New England South without Tom Brady, right? So the thing about an intelligent mind, sports live, whatever the hell your name is, you get to see context. I'm not saying that Vrabel would not have been a good coach. I'm saying Belichick's time has come and gone, right?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing this. So he said, dude, I didn't call any of you idiots. I called McKay an idiot. Okay, hold on. So you don't think I didn't see that part? Because I didn't see Rich McKay as that.
I didn't see Rich McKay either.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I did, but what I'm going to say is, I did see this give a championship coach control. McKay isn't. Yeah. Now that I saw, but now look.
After the idiot comment, was it not?
Yeah. Yeah. That was before the idiot comment. But my thing is this still is what I want you to understand is this. If you're coming on my show, that's cool. Just you respect Ron, you respect Terry, you respect Ladarius. That's all.
Respect you. Look, you have the right to feel how you feel. I am simply saying the Belichick conversation was not, in my humble opinion, you would have been right back where you started. And unless you were guaranteed a ring, I don't see the point in bringing him here. If you're going to give up total control, Belichick was talking about half of the staff not having access to certain parts of the building anymore. He was going to completely redo this. And if you're talking about a 64-year-old Bill Belichick that's still relevant, that's one thing. But let's be real. Bill Belichick's relevancy walked out the door when TB12 left. Talk Players. Look at how they feel about this guy. And again, he is the greatest football mind that I have ever seen. I'm not taking anything away from Belichick.
All right, so the last word was supposed to be idiot, but it was a typo. And all right, I get that. All right, but that's why I'll come with any smoke when it comes to calling my people like that. So that's cool. We good. It's good.
I appreciate that. All I'm saying is when you talk about Belichick, right, you have to see context. It's like we signed Judon, and Judon here lately has been okay, but he hasn't been what he was in New England. So obviously there's something else to it, right? There was something else to Bill Belichick's success. It was a different game 10 or 15 years ago. Guys are getting more money. Let me tell you what Belichick would do. Belichick would trade a guy 2 or 3 years before he was going to make a whole lot of money. Word gets around, right? Belichick would lambaste and embarrass people. Word gets around. Tom Brady kept that team together. Tom Brady was the glue that kept that team together. People hate Matt Patricia. That's why and I'm not saying Terry's a great GM. I'm saying at this point, do we really want to turn the ship over to the emperor when he's 988 freaking years old and has a few miles? No, right? We're not talking about the emperor at the height of his strength. Like, we're not talking about Bill Belichick and when he's in his prime. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about 74 years. Look it. I got another question for you. Why did nobody else offer him a job? It's not just the Falcons. Why didn't nobody else? There are 31 other teams other than the Falcons of Atlanta.
Okay.
Why did none of them offer him a position? Because they know what I know. He's done. He's done. Period.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ron. Do we really know he done, or was it not the right job that he was looking for to come along?
Nobody else was looking for him, Ron.
But what I'm saying, okay.
He's done.
He had Dallas. And he know how Jerry Jones is. He was like, nah, I don't want you over there. He had the Giants. He know how they is. He said, why would I want to put myself in that predicament again?
I don't know that he had the Giants. I don't know. The only interview, Ron,
But
we know happened was the Falcons.
But what I'm saying to he might did not want to put himself in that time predicament again.
Deal with Mike, Ron. We can't deal with Mike. We got to deal with what we know. What we know is he got one interview, and that was for the Falcons, and that was because Arthur Blank, who's an owner and not a coach, and not in the day-to-day runnings of football, Arthur Blank wanted him. Nobody else did. That's
and by the way, I'm sorry if I wasn't trying to ignore the comments, but yeah, Christy was saying, why is Belichick still in the conversation, man? It's in college. He's a college coach now, establishing successor to be his son. We don't know if that's what wanted in the NFL as well. And then just look at every coach from Bill Belichick's tree. I agree, Dre.
Yeah.
Look no further than Tom Coughlin in Jacksonville, same situation that we had here, which is fine, guys. I get it. What I've always said was this, and this was before Rock got hired. I wanted a coach with experience. I was okay with Ra, but when I saw that he hires new guys, I gave him chance after chance. I felt what I feel. Mm-hmm. He comes off as very rah, over-the-top positivity that even, Terry talked about. And the thing is, it's not even that anymore. It also becomes, you become bragging about it. But now the conversation we're having here is simple. It's when you've got a guy that wants to say Belichick, well, here's the problem. Belichick hasn't done anything yet, or when he does something without Tom Brady, that'll be the first time right now. Whether you like it or you don't like it, that's what is going on.
I think in order for Belichick to succeed, he has to completely reinvent himself.
And I think that's what he's doing in North Carolina. Actually.
And I can tell you at 54, it's hard.
Yeah.
At 74, good luck with that. Good luck with that, right? Look,
I'm with you. I'm not saying it's right.
There are certain things. My son and I have certain conversations. There are certain things that are embraced by his generation that I will never embrace. I'm just not. This is a problem. I'm not going to do it, right? And what I'm saying is, this is the best way I can explain it, right? There's a quote in Batman, which is actually from Caesar, that says, you play the hero long enough, or I'm paraphrasing, but you play the hero long enough until you become the villain, right? What does that mean? That means that your maxims and your principles, you can hold on to them, but the world around you is ever changing. And there will come a time when everything that you say is now outdated because of the things that are going on. They're not going to hear it, and you become the villain because you stood still and time didn't. And that is Bill Belichick is from a time where you could do whatever the hell you wanted to a player. You could embarrass him, you could whatever. It wasn't about the player, it was about the system. And we live now in a very player-centric football and a very player-centric society. You cannot go to young men making $45 million a year and say, because I say so. You can't do that. Okay? You can't approach these young men and say, hey, come play with me, when they know in the back of their mind, the minute you start to experience any success, you're going to trade them for fear that you got to pay them in a couple of years. Bill Belichick, although very savvy, is kind of shady. And the reason I say that is, look at you judge a tree by the fruit, right?
Right.
Matt Patricia, very shady dude. Very shady dude. Very shady dude. Went to the Detroit Lions. The first thing he does is try and embarrass Darius Slay by saying
Yeah.
you're not that good. And
Right.
he lost him right there. And he didn't work out with Detroit. Went to the Eagles where Darius Slay is playing now. And you already know how that went last year. That's why that team stopped playing for them those past 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand that these guys have to play with you. You got another thing coming. Look at what the Falcons did this Monday when they got that turnover. Did they go to Jimmy Lake? Did they go around him? Where did they go?
They went to Jerry
Right.
Gray.
My mama told me a long time ago, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? These players have to want to play for you, right?
Yep.
Nobody wanted to play for Bill. Nobody. So all I'm not saying that we got to have Coach right here. I love the hire, but I agree with C-Dub. I think bringing in first-year coaches was a mistake without having some sort of elder statesman, some sort of consultant,
Counselor, somebody to help. Yeah.
right.
Right.
You know.
Some sort of Obi-Wan here to help them. I think
Right.
that was a mistake. And I think
So
failure on Raheem's part. I agree.
so let me you made a good point right there, T-Bill. So we know what Bill Belichick good at. He good at defense. Yes or not?
He's great. He's legendary.
Okay. Right. So why we did not? I think Green Bay or Minnesota brought Robert Salem in.
Yes.
So why we did not do the same thing? Call Bill Belichick. Wait a minute. Call Bill Belichick and be like, you know what? We want you on this staff, but
oh no,
you will be behind and you do work with.
No.
No. There was no way. No.
Did you see how Bill was throwing shade when they did the Falcons game and he was sitting in with the Mannings? He was throwing shade on them low key the entire time. Bill got a big ego, Ron. So you couldn't do that with Bill. Now, what I agree with you is when Saleh, you had Steve Wilkes in here. You could have Steve Wilkes.
Yeah.
What you should have had, you should have had some sort of offensive mind that's out there that can help Zach Robinson grow.
Right, I'm with you. Bring in somebody to help Zach Robinson. Be like, you know what? We know he's a young rookie OC. We know this. Okay. Bring in somebody that, like C. Doug said, that got experience. And maybe this season will have been better on offense.
It probably could have been. You know what I mean? I think that's, I don't want to call it a failure. One growth point that maybe Raheem should consider is when you're starting with new coaches, you need to have some sort of parachute, right? You need to have some sort of, okay, this guy's new, but I've got this guy around him and this guy around him who's coached offense before, who's done it, who can help him grow, right? Yeah. I'm okay with not bringing in Steve Wilkes because you got Jerry Gray there, and I honestly think either Jerry Gray or Raheem is calling the defense now.
Right.
I really do. Right. So I think you were okay there.
Right.
I think you're okay there, but I think for me the two growth areas that Raheem needs is, while Raheem is extremely positive, you don't want to be positive to the point that you appear delusional or you appear in this realm that nobody else is in.
Right. Yeah.
To me, that comes off as condescension.
Yeah. You get into a point where if you try to preach accountability, but someone tries to keep you accountable, then we're just saying pot, meat, kettle.
Right.
And that's all we're all saying.
Right.
I know I'm getting tired, guys, and we've been up for like 2.5 hours. So I'm just gonna say it like this. I love y'all, but I appreciate y'all. but I need to check my blood sugar. I need some breakfast,
Amen.
and I need to go get some insulin. So,
Amen.
if y'all don't mind, let's wrap this up, please.
Hey man, let's wrap it up. Let's do it. You can find me at One Time for the Fan. We probably got a show tonight at 9 p.m. and
Yes.
we're talking about these Falcons right back here again. So looking forward to seeing you guys tonight. One Time for the Fans, typically they're Wednesdays at 9 p.m., Friday mornings at 9 a.m. I am also here on Beard Gang.
Yeah.
I need to do that more often, but I'm typically here on Beard Gang, 5:30 p.m. Tuesday nights. I'm not here for the wrestling because I don't have the knowledge that these guys do of wrestling. So, I stay out of that. I do watch, but I stay out of that. But
it's all look. Me, just if you're not a part of the message group that we are, but sometimes when I just bring out gems of wisdom for my boys, some motivation, and I get back, I'm scared that they might kill me, and I go, but that's the beauty. See, me and Ladarius understand this, and Ron. So, but look, it's okay. But look, we'll definitely be talking wrestling, so that's for sure.
But
good. So I'm also here Friday nights on my channel, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Ron. I'm just trying to get this off because I know C-Dub's ready to go. I'm here Friday nights on my channel at For My ATL Sports 1. Again, the number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels. But I'm there 7 p.m. Friday nights, typically Monday mornings at 8 a.m. And we're probably going to try a show Saturday. Details to follow. But guys, everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. I want to thank God for the opportunity. Wouldn't be here without him. Last but not least, I want to thank Mr. Jack Spade and Mr. Eric Parker, who gave me my shot in this business. Ron, it's on you. Tell these folks where they can find you.
You know what? I say this every week. Now I'm finna say this. Y'all know where y'all can find me at. I'm not
follow me, find me.
I'm not gonna run through the shows that I do, but y'all know where y'all can find me. And if y'all really want to find me, you can find me on Facebook. Ron Thomas. Holla at your boy.
He does 38 of the show, so that's why he doesn't do that, because it would take him 30 minutes. So
yeah, I even got time allotted for that long spit. But hey, whatever, Ron, I got you. I love you.
Ron is on a lot of shows, guys. Ron is on a lot of shows.
I do a lot of shows. A lot of people ask me to do their shows. And
in high demand. I'm not saying you're not, but Ron is on a lot of shows. Look it. I'm on a lot of shows, and I ain't nowhere near where Ron is. I don't even, bro.
I look at it. When you come on, I'll talk your ears, and you ask me to come on your show, other just return favor. But
you said what? Wait, what?
Like, share the show, everybody, and shout out to y'all. Without y'all, we would not be doing this.
Amen.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
And all right, so I guess it's my turn to take it up. All right, so C28. That's where you can find me on YouTube, and I guess I'm world renowned now. And then you can find me on C-AMT, AWTN. Now I got the mouth issue. And then find me on Facebook. And then best thing to do, guys, join our shows, man. We have a good time. We like to talk. We like to run our mouths. We like to and by the way, when the Falcons are doing something good, it is something that we like talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I do not get pleasure on. Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, if I don't really enjoy always down in my team. I would like to be like, I can't wait to see what my team does. I can't wait to see my team dominate. But I haven't seen that at times. So it is what it is. But just know we're all in it together, and we're going to be staying together about this. Have fun. Be a part of the show. Make sure you check us out. We got a wrestling show tonight or around 5:30 where we're talking, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT and AEW. So thank you all so much. And by the way, next week is Christmas, so there will be no there will be a Beard Gang show, but it might be like an abbreviated thing. And then on Christmas Day, don't worry about the wrestling show. That's why we're doing it this week. So I'm C-Double. That was Terry. That's Ron. Thanks, Ladarius. Thanks to the comments that we had. We want to appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. We're out.
Rise up.